things going?
Well, we had a difficult week last week. We had this session in Salzburg, which was a sort of stock-taking moment, and somehow it ended up in an accident, where both the European Union and Theresa May, the UK, seemed to drift away a little bit, drift apart, and that's not okay. So we have to bring it back together in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Was it a wrong, I mean, did the EU leaders humiliate Theresa May? That's how it's taken in the UK.
No, we didn't. No, really we didn't. Because everyone on the European side moving forward wants to have a strong relationship with the United Kingdom after Brexit. But we have to do it in such a way that we have a relationship with the 65 million people living in the UK, whilst at the same time maintaining the integrality and integrity of the internal market for 420 million people. So there is this issue of trying to bring together those two issues.
With Brexit, the Netherlands loses a key liberal ally. How do you fight the Paris-Frankfurt axis?
Well, there is no real Paris-Frankfurt axis, Paris-Berlin axis. They do work together, and it is important that France and Germany work together to get breakthroughs on some of the European issues. But I'm really having very close relationships with both Emmanuel Macron and Angela Merkel. But we are also building relationships with the Scandinavian countries, the Baltics, with Ireland, with Austria, with Spain. So each of these partners is important to us, so that our interests from the Dutch side are not just being represented in that axis, but that we have our own strong allies.
I hear that Netherlands is the country that's most prepared to deal with Brexit. Is that true?
No, I don't know. We are hiring extra customs people, extra people on veterinary issues, but it takes time to find the right people to train them. So not everything will be ready by the end of March, but we will be ready enough to deal with a hard Brexit. Of course, we want to avoid it, but if there will be a hard Brexit, that at least the impact will be as limited as possible. But there will be an impact, also on the economy overall, in Ireland, the French coastal provinces, Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark. So the closest trading relations of partners of the UK will be affected.
How much do you worry about populism? Is the worst to come? We have the European elections coming up.
Well, my answer always is that we all politicians should be populist. But you have the right sort of populism and the wrong sort of populism. And the wrong sort of populism are the ones who are saying everything is awful, making people afraid of it, and then not really coming up with answers. I think we, the centrist, centre-left, or in my case, centre-right politicians, we should realize that we have only one task: keep the country safe and keep the economy going, and provide practical suggestions and implement them to do that. And when we do not have to be afraid for the populists, because the general population will see that these parties are delivering on key issues for the population.
But I know you've said this before, and I was looking at numbers. Purchasing power increased 1.5% in the Netherlands. Is that enough to keep the people happy? Purchasing power
is going up by 1.5%.
in the Netherlands. Is that enough?
Well, at the same time, we are investing in things people find very important, like education, defense, the healthcare sector, the police. So we are really investing in a lot of public issues people want us to invest in. So that's next to the purchasing power increase, and we are also lowering overall taxation on the workers. So that will also help to increase the purchasing power. But at the end, what people want is a stable country in which they and their children and grandchildren have a job, a decent pension, a country which is safe and stable in an unstable environment. And that's what we need to provide. And if we do, I'm absolutely convinced the wrong sort of populists won't win.
Prime Minister, one last question. Do you regret getting rid of the dividend tax?
Again, sorry.
The dividend tax.
The dividend withholding tax. We are getting rid of it.
Yeah, is that a mistake?
No, it's I think a very good thing, because there is a imbalance now with the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
So we have some very big companies who are active both in the UK and in the Netherlands. And we know that the dividend withholding tax is creating a disbalance between the UK and the Netherlands. And we want to attract more business from the UK to the Netherlands. And we want to attract many innovative small new companies who might go to London or to Amsterdam. We want them to go to Amsterdam, and we know that the DWT is holding them back in many cases and making them decide for London. So we think that we can get them to Amsterdam.
Is that what will keep Unilever in your country?
Well, I can never speak about individual companies. I can only mention one, which is Shell, because they are very open about it. Shell has made it very open. But other companies have never really out in the open spoken about it. But we know, of course, that Unilever is taking a decision, their shareholders, late in October. But whether they tried to get rid of it, we can never talk about it. That has to be confidential. But Shell was very open about it, that they want to get rid of it.